everyone, it's Sky here and welcome back to the channel, or welcome to the channel if you're new. We are going to be carrying on our November color along. This is going to be part 3, which is also going to be the final part. It has been a hot minute since I recorded last. Things got quite chaotic and busy, as October usually does. It is now the 4th of November, so I am a little bit behind where I wanted to be with this, as always, but life happens. So I plan on getting this finished today, and thankfully, since they're shorter videos, it shouldn't take me too long to get things edited and uploaded for you guys. One moment, we already have a cat at the door. Alright, so thankfully the hiatus gave me some time to think about this page, and I think what I want to do is do some greens for the background, kind of keep it monochromatic because I want her to be the focal point. I don't want to just cop out and do everything in black. So I'm hoping this will work out. Like I've said in probably both the previous parts, I am not an expert at markers by any means. I'm self-taught. I just kind of do what works for me. Right or wrong, it works, so I do it that way. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to use grays to kind of build up some contrast. And then I'm going to go over with these really pretty bluey green markers. And I'm hoping that it'll work. We'll find out, I guess. So yeah, with that being said, I'm just going to go ahead and dive on in. I think I want the clouds to be a little bit darker, so I'm going to go in with my 120. We'll start on this top cloud. I'm just going to base the bottom here. So obviously I'm not going to be using the pastel sets for this. I am using just the generic 100 set that I have. I'm going to bring that up a good way, and then I'm going to switch to WG8. I'm going to bring this up a little bit. Next is WG5, and I think I'm going to use this to finish this off. I'm going to switch back to the WG8, and I'm just going to bring it up just a little farther. And then I'm going to switch back to the WG5, and I'm just going to go over that seam a little bit to try and help blend the two together. Okay, there's that. I'm going to do the same for the clouds on the bottom here. I don't think I'm going to bring the black up as far though, so this is the 120. Okay, WG8. WG5. Okay, I'm going to switch back to the WG8. I'm just going to bring it up a little ways. And then back to the WG5, just going over that seam one more time to help blend them. All right, and lastly over on this side, and with the 120, going to do the exact same thing. WG8. WG5. I'm wondering if these grays are actually a little bit too dark for what I had planned to do. I don't think that the greens are going to show through these actually. Okay, back in with the WG8. And in again with the WG5. I think I'm gonna add another gray in here. Let's see. Just because I'm okay if the green doesn't poke through very well on the clouds, but I would definitely like it to poke through a bit on the water and the sky. So let's see. I think I want to leave the 120 and the WG8 out for the rest of it because they are fairly dark. So I'm going to use the WG5 as my darkest. I've got, actually this isn't the one I meant to grab. I want CG6. Okay, so I'm going to go in with the, the WG5 is where I ended with here. So if I actually put that down here, then it's not going to look the greatest. Okay, I'm going to go in with the CG6, I think. Oops, not that end. Okay, just going to color that spot in, and then we're going to bring it up a little bit here, and then we'll switch out. Don't know how easy it's going to be to blend these colors together, but I guess we'll find out. Okay, let's leave it about there, and then we're going to switch to the WG4. I think I'm going to switch to the chisel tip because that'll be easier here. Okay, we can go back to the CG6. I'm just going to bring this up a little bit. And then back in with the WG4, blend those in together. I'm going to bring a little bit of the WG4 down here as well. And then I'm going to use a colorless blender to kind of blend it out. It doesn't look super bad. It doesn't look super great either, but I think it'll be okay. All right, so let's do the same thing over on this side. So going in with the CG6 first. Okay, so right about here, I'm gonna fade it out. Going in with the CG4, or sorry, the WG4. Okay, switching back to the CG6, we'll bring that up a little bit in here. Then WG4 to help blend it together. I think I am going to keep the GG3 in here. I'm going to use this to color in the water. So again, this is GG3. Okay, and I'm going to use the CG6 to kind of create some shadows here. So I'm just going to pick out some of these spots and kind of just flick a little bit of a shadow underneath them. And I go over them a time or two just to darken them up. Kind of like that. And we're going to do the same thing for over here. So starting with the GG3. And CG6. Again, just creating some little shadows here. Okay, so I do like how moody this looks. I'm actually a little bit hesitant to add the greens, but I think it'll make her pop out more. I just also really like how this looks too. I love that monochromatic look, and the red really, really pops. Let's maybe try it for the water and we'll see what happens. So I think for the water, I'm going to keep it super light. So I'm going to go in with this one, which is either 86, but I think it's 68. It makes more sense as the 68 because the small circle on the 8 is on the top. So I'm going to guess it's 68. So I'm going to take that and just go over pretty much everything that we've just colored here. For the water, I mean. I think this might be okay. It actually doesn't take away from the gray as much as I thought it was going to. It adds to it a little bit, so I like that. So I think I'm going to use this for the sky and the water. So I'm just going to go ahead and put a little bit of this in the sky as well. And then I'm going to use my other one for the clouds, I think. Okay, and then for the clouds, I'm going to use this 57. There we go. I actually really like that. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to grab out my Prismacolors. I'm going to do some final touches. I'm not going to bother grabbing swatches for these. I'll have them in the beginning of the video anyway, so you guys know which ones they are. We're not going to be using a whole lot, so it's all good. I'm going to pull up my reference of Jigsaw here. So using my white, I'm just going to go in. I'm going to go a little bit heavy-handed in the areas that I really want light, and then I'm just going to fade off and just kind of fade into the shadows because I want to keep them a little bit dark, but I want to add this kind of texture to it. If you can kind of see that it adds this really neat texture, which is perfect for Jigsaw because his face is, it almost looks like it's made of clay. So it's got this really, really unique texture to it. So it's definitely going to be beneficial here. I'm going to try to avoid her eyelashes. We will go through and redefine her eyelashes anyways, but for now, I'm just going to kind of leave them alone. I'm going to add a little bit of a white highlight here, I think, along the bottom of her eye. I want her nose to be fairly light. So I'm going to go a little bit darker right on the tip and the bridge, and then I'm going to fade it out a little ways. I want her forehead to be a little bit lighter. Look at what that's adding to the page already. Super, super helpful. Oh, apologies if the camera shakes a little bit. Miss Miko just jumped up on the shelf. I'm going to try to make it really, really light underneath the red here. So I'm just going to go pretty heavy-handed here. Okay, we can make her chin pretty light, kind of in the center of it, and then we'll fade off towards the shadows. Oh, that just looks so much creepier. This is adding so much dimension to her face already. I'm going to try to accentuate the Cupid's bow here. Just going to fade out from it. Add a little bit of a highlight on the top of her lips here too. Same as on the other side. Let's really define some white underneath the swirls. There, how does that look for face? I think it looks pretty good, if I do say so myself. And then here you can kind of see the difference between the two. There is definitely a big difference. So then here for the skin, let's do the same thing. So I'm going to go really heavy-handed for the highlights. And then we can gradually decrease the pressure and just rub a little bit of the white to add some texture to the shadows. Okay, I do want to accentuate the eyelashes. Just gonna take a sip of my drink here. You gotta stay, you're not coming down. Okay, or don't listen. No. Okay, I'm just trying to decide what kind of black I want to use. Let's actually keep with the white for a minute. Let's add a little bit of white on the clouds. This isn't fully dry, so I don't want to go too heavy-handed, but I'm a little bit too impatient to wait for it to fully dry. So I'm just going to gently add this in here and try and fade it down. I like that a little bit, I think. Okay. Add a little bit of white to the water too, just kind of on the top, opposite of where you added the shadows. Add a little bit of white right along the shoreline too. Kind of adds this really cool, almost like painted look. There we go. Do the same thing here. Maybe I'm going to sharpen my pencil. We can maybe accentuate the birds in the background too by putting just a really thin white line above their wings. Give them a little bit of a highlight. So I've got a very sharp pencil here, and I'm just going to very carefully, because I don't want to snap it. Just going to very carefully add a white line on the tops of the wings here. There, just like that. While I've got my super sharp pencil, I'm just going to accentuate the eyes a little bit more here. Beautiful. Can add a little bit of a shiny spot on her lip here. I like that. That looks cool. We can also actually add a little bit of shine on the eyes. There we go. That looks kind of creepy. Okay, I think the pencil's showing up pretty good. I think I'm just going to go in with black pencil and do the eyelashes that way. Just going to get a nice sharp point here. And I'm just going to go over all of the eyelashes. I think that's it. I don't think I would add anything else. I don't think I want to glitter up the page at all. I think I kind of want to leave it as is. It's really moody. It looks pretty cool. We could kind of outline the clouds a little bit. Let's see what this looks like. I actually don't know if I like that or not. I don't think I do. I think it brightens it up too much. I'm just going to go back over that with my black. Try and knock it back, see if I can. I don't think I can save that. I think I'm hooped. I'm okay with the black outline, so I'm just gonna go with that. Can I help you? Can you do it again? What? Why are you looking at me like that? Hello. Stitch is rubbing up against the box, and then he looks at me and makes that little murr sound. I'm not sure what he's after. I think he wants to cuddle. He's been very cuddly lately, which is very unlike him, so it's a little bit strange. There we go. That's better. I like that. Yeah, I don't think I would add sparkles or anything. I think I would kind of leave it as is. We can maybe, I'm just gonna play around with this. I'm gonna take my black and I'm just gonna fade it. Ooh, I like that. Okay, I'm running it down the line that I have here, and then I'm just kind of fading it out on both sides. Oh, I love that. Okay, it needed that. Should we touch the nose at all and maybe add some black there? I'm on the fence. I don't know if I really want to. I think I should probably leave it. We could maybe just kind of help it match a little bit. Do a very, very light, just gently rubbing the color on there. Add a little bit of shadow on the Cupid's bow part there, just to accentuate the nose a little bit. That looks good. Let's maybe add a little bit of black underneath her chin here and fade that out. Yeah. All right, I think she's done. I think she looks amazing. I don't really like the, I'm gonna go on with the pencil and color this in actually. I doubt you could probably see it on camera. From straight ahead, it probably doesn't pick up, but we colored these parts in with the 120 marker, and from the angle I'm at, I can see the shininess of the marker and then the matteness of the pencil, and it's just not matching. So I'm just gonna go over that and make it all match, just for my OCD's sake. Yeah, there we go. I think she's done. She looks so good. She was so much fun. I am not going to lie. I was a little bit worried that she wouldn't turn out, but sometimes you just gotta trust the process. You gotta work through that ugly phase to get your beauty, and I'm super glad that she turned out the way she did. I hope you guys enjoyed. If you did like this video, please give it a thumbs up. I do apologize if it was a little bit chaotic. I find markers themselves to be chaotic. I'm definitely a pencil person, although I do like to try other mediums and kind of experiment and stuff, so it kind of keeps it fun. I hope you guys enjoyed that. If you guys followed along, whether you used markers or pencils, I would love to see your guys' versions. So please tag me using the tag Dream in Color Along, or you can send it to me. You can tag my profiles depending on where you're posting it. I'm on Instagram, Facebook, I'm in coloring groups, I'm in the Hannah Lynn group. You can email it to me. My email is on my, it's actually on my YouTube. It's I think in the description, I'm not sure. Not the description of this video, but like the About Me on the YouTube page. I should just start putting it in the description. But anyways, enough rambling. Again, I hope you guys enjoyed, and I can't wait to see you for our next color along, which is going to be all Christmassy, and I hope you're as excited as I am. All right, guys, as always, take care, and hopefully I'll see you next time. Bye!